Okay, this is now the third time I am attempting to put out this transmission because the devil clearly does not want this to go out. This was the first real attempt at a spiritual immersive reality where we dig in and I take a select few of you down to the devil's lair to face your subconscious, to meet your demons face on and rid yourself of any low vibrational energy that hasn't been serving you, that has been plaguing you, to remove that dark night of the soul permanently. So next time you feel low or heavy, it won't be a heavy dark night of the soul, for you already have been in the absolute darkness. The devil doesn't like this. Every time I try and put this content out, there's an error. There's not an error initially in the editing suite, but then there is afterwards. Funny that. But the devil will not prosper here. So here we go. I will be running this full video and transmission again. Stay tuned. We go through conversation, tarot, and then a full-on spiritual immersive experience. Stay tuned. Stay locked in. It is highly significant. Okay, today I am being guided to take you all on a travel. We do have tarot. We're going to start with a reading, pull a few cards and see what portal opens up. We are going to move through the Stargate together today. And in my head, I'm already getting Osiris's hair, so I'm excited about where we're traveling to. I keep getting told that Osiris needs to have a bath. So if you are connecting with Osiris, you are embodying the deity of Osiris at this time. You are being guided to have a cleansing bath after this transmission. We are going to call this spiritual reality. This is not VR, it is SR, and we are about to ascend and travel. I'm also getting some Japanese gods come through to me today, which I don't normally have, and that's Izanagi, Izanami, an amateur. I can't even say it. If you know, you know. Amaterasu. I'm saying it wrong and I know it and I'm embarrassed, but we're going to keep going because I can't be perfect in every area of this. Izanami, Izanagi, right, is what's coming to me straight away, and Osiris. So if you are connected to those, you've been studying those gods recently, deities, whatever you want to call them, because they may not be, you may not identify them as gods. You may not even identify them as deities. They all have their own unique mythology and principle. Some people individually pull on them and see them as a conduit of energy, as somewhat of an archangel, as a guide in this lifetime. But we're going to shift and we're going to go. There's going to be periods of trance, hypnosis, meditation, readings, me personally sharing bits and bobs with you. This is a new way for me to deliver over here. So if you're enjoying it and you're excited, hit the like. We are about to travel together. And I'm going to go in with the first set of cards, okay? Please hit the like button. Please tap your energy in. In this moment, take a deep breath for me. And send me any questions, any needs. Just allow your energy to flow out of you, out the top of your crown. Before we even begin, let's do this. Get comfortable wherever you are. You can listen to this whilst travelling, on the bus, on the tube, on the train, overground, whatever it is, in the car. As long as you've got your headphones in and you're ready to let go and ascend, you do that. I've got Bassett screaming in the background already because the transmission started and she's not entirely involved in the experience. So just be aware if there is outside noise and it is going to impact you, just find a way to switch it off energetically, because you're with me now and the portal is starting to jump. The Stargate is powering on. We are going to go through it together. We are going to go somewhere we've never been before. So as we prepare for that, let's make sure our chakras are ready for the transmission. We did this yesterday, where we travelled to a unique place in line with our destiny. When we went through the portal initially, there was a bit of a shake-up. Some of you were a bit distorted at the jump on the timeline. We're going to do it again today. We're going to perfect this over the rest of the year and keep bringing you these transmissions. And as we step forward with this model today, we're tapping in with the root chakra first. I want you to see that root chakra. I want you to visualize it. It's red, it's circular, and it is glowing bright and spinning as if it was a fan. If your chakra is not how I described it to be, use your mind to make it appear so. If it's not functioning fast enough and the fan is not speeding fast enough, there's something stuck in it, it's grey, it's dark, it's cloudy, it's not moving at all, it's not shining, then you're going to need to take this time to make it shine. You may need to pause this transmission because I'm going to carry on with the rest. You may get stuck along a chakra before we even take off, okay? So you may need to pause. But I'm going to keep going and see who ends up with me all the way to the end of this transmission. Chakra 1, red, shining bright, spinning perfectly well. The fan is in function. Orange, spinning, bright and gleaming. Now there is a line from the red and it has risen up to the orange, and they are now connected. They are locked in and they are ready for flight. We then move up and we go to the solar plexus. It is yellow, it is shining bright like the sun. It is beaming out of your stomach. It is spinning very well. The orange now connects to the yellow. We now move up to the heart. Heart chakra locked in. Green, spinning, functioning well. The solar plexus agrees, it rises up and it locks in with the heart chakra. The heart chakra immediately rises straight to the throat. Immediately the heart now locks into the throat. The throat is alive and well. We are up to the third eye. The third eye has immediately been hit by the blue throat chakra alignment, and we are off to the crown. We are now up through the crown. There is a plethora of colours pouring out of our cranium, spinning around in a halo vibration above our head. We are now locked in. All of us will experience different side effects from this. If you're listening to this on an empty stomach, I wouldn't advise it. If you would like to pause and make an offering to your gods before we go any further, I would also suggest that. Some kind of sugar cube, something sweet that you may want to offer your god would be ideal at this time. Place it on your altar, place it on your shelf. If you see yourself as the god within the god in the room, then eat something sweet yourself and use that as a way to offer yourself to God, to provide an offering to the god, which is also you. Many different ways to perceive what I'm saying, okay? But I'm going to try and only speak one language, and that is the language of the Stargate as we move forward today. So we're all locked in, we're ready to fly. We have decided to offer what we wish to our deities. I want you to all be aware when I speak about deities, I use that as a term because I embrace Hindi, but I am also referring to archangels. I am referring to any form of life force, life matter, source. Could be a passed on loved one, ancestors, God, Mother Gaia, Brahma, Horus, Archangel Raphael, Razel, Michael, any of them. Saint Germain. Could be a passed on legend. Tesla, Fibonacci. We can call on anyone in the now moment, any energy that exists in the ether, to guide us through this journey. So now that I've got you all tapped in and locked in energetically, let's start with the cards. Let's start with a story that's going to come through all of these images and guide us into a brand new dimension. Because not only do we want to travel spiritually, we want to be able to ground our spiritual flight in 3D matters. That's what makes us different. That's what makes this purposeful. We can listen to any single mediumship, meditation, hypnosis session on the platform. But how many of them integrate the spiritual experience with your reality in the now moment? We're seeking oneness today. We're seeking to look into the past or the future and see its inferences and relevance in the now moment. So let's go. Firstly, I see excitement, and then I see love. I see a closing out of any low vibrational emotion, any wearing a mask, any need to be anything other than who you are. No more questioning, no more confusion, no more emotional turmoil. Things are speeding up now. You are safe to travel. It may have taken you a long time to receive your spiritual ordainment. Everyone I'm connecting with in the now moment has received their birth certificate, their spiritual ordainment. It may have taken you a long time to find your way to this transmission, to believe that you are a god, to believe that you have ascended, to believe that you are destined for more. But the waiver has been signed, and it is now proven. You are indeed a child of God. We all are. But many of us cannot see it. We do not recite it. We do not speak about it. We fear the judgment of others. For being godly can so easily lead to defamation. But you have ascended. You have chosen to move beyond. You have sat with the heartbreak, lived in the ruins, travelled alone. And now we're cleansing out any old energy. We're not even cleansing out any old energy. Old energy doesn't exist within you anymore. And you've long been waiting, long been in solitude, long been working on your chakras, long been trusting in your intuition. And as a result, the truth is out, all is revealed, and now you see. Now, I wasn't expecting this today, because I know where we're going now, and I'm actually a little scared to take you there. So I'm glad that we offered what we needed to the gods today. And if you didn't do a personal offering in that moment and you stayed here, don't worry, I offered enough for the both of us. Don't you worry, darling. So here's the big reveal. Today, my darlings, I'm taking you all down to the devil's lair. Now, if you've watched my video I put out about a week ago, following this release, I spoke intently about having such a distaste for the dark entities that exist in this world, and the constant boomerang back of the darker vibration, the inner critic, the unlight worker, that I made the decision to call on the divine, call on my Father, the Most High, God in his purest form, source, Brahma, universal law, oneness. And I said, hold me tight on your thread, for I am going into the devil's lair. I'm tired and I'm exhausted, and I need to let him know that I am here and I no longer care. And I went down and I spoke to him, and ever since that day I have been given absolute free reign over my life and my kingdom, and now the devil answers to me. Now the devil dare step incorrectly in my path, for he will feel the wrath of God. In Christianity, there is always a lot of conversation about fearing God. And it is the most beautiful sentiment I could ever share with you. And if you resonate with this, then please do hit the like whenever you wish. Because I truly value individuals that fear God. Because if you are a God-fearing human being, I can guarantee that you are sovereign. Because being scared of God shows that you are a true believer. And you are indeed aware of his power. If you would never want to disappoint the Lord, if you would never want to disappoint God, then you are indeed a child of God. So this is a big ask from the hermetologist, because a lot of you would have never taken this travel before. And I thought we were going to do past life regression or future expression. I had no idea we was going down to the devil's lair today, okay? So once we get down there, you're all going to disappear and music will begin to play. You will have your own experience whilst you're in that realm. There will be a 10-minute window of personal transformation and transition where whatever demons come forward, you will face them on your own. There will be, after that 10-minute window, a pull-out clause where the string you are tethered to, which is source and godly, will immediately pull you out back into the light. But in those 10 minutes, because I've never gone down with multiple, I don't know what your demons are. Let's do a little bit more card pulling before we go in, just so I can assure you that we're going in with a clear intention. When I went down there, I've only been down there once. You don't need to go down there more than once, in my opinion, but you do need to go down there at a very pinnacle point on your spiritual journey where you decide, that's it. I need a one-to-one with this cunt. We're not doing this anymore. That's when you truly know God and you are so God-fearing that the ideology of the devil does nothing to you. For in the same breath that you truly fear God, you could never truly fear the devil then. Yet we all get misconstrued and taught to fear the devil because the devil is dark and scary and demonic and wages a war of evilness in our lives. But I would much rather, and I advise we should all much rather fear God. For what if God doesn't know? He is our Father. What if, because at any given moment when I look at the dark and the light, the yin and the yang, the masculine and feminine of the situation, and any time I'm weighing up karma in an individual, when I look at them and their aura is screaming light and dark, ebbs and flow, balance, when we're in a when we're going through transmutation and I'm in trance with another individual to a certain degree, you can see the light and the dark come in, the ego and the angel, and they're both looking at their scales and looking at each other, deciding, who gets this one? Does this one belong to me, God? And God's looking at the devil going, God, I hope this one doesn't belong to you, devil. And the more that I've been given that image in meditation and trance and when supporting other individuals, I've realised, wow, Imagine God didn't know that I was his child. The devil would take me on so rightfully, with glee and joy and excitement. So knowing that, the fear of God rised within me. Because I thought, no, I must make sure above all else, every day I live and breathe, that God knows, I know he is my Father. I cannot afford for God to whip out his scales and be unsure about me. I do not want to leave any room for error when the judgment day arrives. And guess what? This isn't Christianity over here. Judgment day is now. And now. And now. And now. And now. And now. And now. Every second. Every millisecond ticking over. That is the scale. That is karma, Brahma, Dharma, energy, life force. So I'm actually not going to come down with you today, the divine saying. I don't need to go down. But I will stand at the top of the steps with you and open up the doorway. And hold all of the threads for you to step down. I want you to go down there, guys. And I want you to be fucking brave. I want you to kick ass. And actually the devil's seen me come down and I caught him unawares. I went down there and I snuck in. Went down the bottom of the stairs, went to the right, snuck all the way around the edge, and then hit him from the back of the throne. He couldn't believe I made it down there. Couldn't fucking believe it. I'm sure since then, he may have armoured up. So we are going in like this is a fucking VR game. Welcome to SR. Because when you go down there, I want you to carry some fucking stink bombs, some gas bombs, some flares. I want you to carry every single artillery and weapon that you have, because I don't know what you're going to see down there. Be aware that you're not going in on your own. Everyone else on the call right now is going with you. So when you're down there and you see someone else armoured in like we're playing Black Ops, you best believe they're on your fucking team, mate. And you share weapons and you fight each other's back and you stand in each other's corners, because these demons are rife now. When you're down there, you may see illusions, mirrors, ideologies of you, pasthood versions of you, passed on loved ones down there that may appear to be calling to you. Do not be fooled. This is the deepest dark night of the soul transmission I've ever done in my life that I'm sharing with you guys. I'm shocked that I'm sharing this with you guys. That's how I know this is really, really important. I think some of you guys have been waiting for this breakthrough in your life. I can't even put into words what will occur for you in your life once you do this. Oh my. The divine's telling me, because I've gone through stages in my life where things have got too much for me. I've never shared this with anyone publicly. There's been two periods in my life where things have got so much for me, I couldn't carry on. And I looked to the sky and I said, God, I'm saying SOS. I'm calling SOS. I need an evac, and I need an evac now. 2 times in my life I've done that, only twice. And I'm telling you now, less than 24 hours later, that evac was in, and it wasn't a little evac. It was a fucking humongous evac. It was like there was a zombie, like when I say evac, save our souls, I love doomsday. I love apocalypse ideologies. So to me, I'm on top of the mall that's overrun with zombies. Everyone I'm with is now dead and gone. I've used all the products from the store to write an SOS symbol on the rooftop, hoping a plane will see me. And I've got on my hands and knees, knowing I've got 1 bullet left in my gun. I could take that, put it against my head and end it all. There's a whole bunch of zombies that have made it to the top of the stairwell. If they get through that door, I'm gone. So it's either wait for the door to burst open and the zombies to come out and eat me, or take that last bullet. And in that moment, where I was waiting for the door to burst open and decide whether or not that bullet was going to go into my head, I looked up to the sky and said, God, I've always believed in you. I've always known you're there. I've already screamed SOS. I need an evac and I need it now. And in that moment, I heard a helicopter. The helicopter heard me. And in that moment, that ladder was thrown down and I was saved. The moment I put my foot on the first rung of that ladder, that door bursted open and all those zombies came out. And in that moment, I was off. The helicopter was gone and I was saved. Arriving in a brand new land. And that's exactly what this experience is going to be for all of you guys, okay? Let me go in with a few more tarot before we go down, okay? Because I really want to prepare you for this. Because all of you guys, I would like you to report back to me. So official this is now. This is really official. I need you to all report back to me in the comments or in the DMs, in the email, whatever you're most comfortable with. If you went through this, I want to know what your experience was. Because once again, I was privileged. I was the first one down there. If you're going down, and I'm obviously the evac is the point of the story. I'm pulling you out. I'm pulling you out after 10. Any situation, any circumstance, 10 minutes you're out, right? And I've got all the remedies you need afterwards to heal and cleanse and be absolutely fine after this experience, okay? But I am adamant it will change your life. And I'm adamant that you're going to have more difficult experiences than I've ever had. Because I'm sending you back in after I've already been and triggered everyone. They've probably set up some alarms and traps since I was last down there. Got to be honest. A lot of you guys, I see when you go down there, there's gonna be people down there that you know. You're gonna see people that are still alive now down there, because obviously time is but a mere illusion, and some people already exist down there in the mind space. Some people have been worshipping the devil for a long time subconsciously, and they exist down there. It's painful for what you're going to see. I'm trying to warn you guys, okay? This is the darkest transmission I've ever done over here. And I'm so glad I'm strong enough to do it. It says a lot about who I've become as a human. So I'm shocked just as much as you. I would never do anything like this back a day. So this says a lot about what is important for the future of humanity here. Some of you're going to see passed on loved ones down there. Trickery and lies they're going to try and tell you as well. Some of you, it's going to be mirages, mirrors, lies, walls of mirrors, confusion. Not only that, some of you are actually going to go down there and immediately it's not going to look anything like hell. It's going to look like a luxury place, and it's just going to keep looping around in a causal loop, confusing you, because whoever's leading in your visualization is somewhat of a jinn inference on you. There's a lot to explain, and I don't want to confuse you too much before you go or scare you off before you even reach, but that's enough intel I can give you before you take this mission on. Know that you have every right to walk away from this mission and not carry on. You don't have to do it. You can come back another day where you feel stronger and more ready for this. But if you are ready, then you have everything you need to proceed in this mission. I have you on a tether. You have 10 minutes on the clock. You go in. The overall mission for you is unique. This is the one thing I can guarantee in the simulation. Once you get down to the bottom of the steps, I'm going to count you in 10 steps, okay? I'm going to count you in backwards. Once we get to 1, you're going to land in the space. Once you land into the space, you will see the clock ticking to the side of your visuals, yeah? As if you're wearing full-on VR headset. You're going to see the numbers ticking on the screen. You're going to see your mission come up. You might even have someone on comms, like the lady going, "You have 10 seconds remaining." You're going to see something like that. You're going to have an experience like that, okay? As you're going in, you're going to have a list of missions show up on your visor front. Yeah, you can play around with your headset. You're going to get at least 30 seconds to 1 minute to adjust your headset, click around the buttons, play around with some of you are going to have VR full-on headsets, some of you are going to have glasses, whatever you're given. Check your hands, check your feet when you go in. You're going to have stuff on your wrists, you're going to have stuff on your ankles, different stuff you can click on. It's going to open up different AR kind of screening so you can see. but all of your missions unique. When I went in, my mission was to catch the devil unawares, let him know I'm here, let him know that major things are coming and he is defeated, and make space for the rest of the collective. When you go down there, some of you are fighting your own inner demons and battles. Some of you have got jinns to remove. Some of you have got family members to collect. Some of you have come to save others. Some of you have come to blow up spaces across space and time that are full of dark matter and dark matter only. So when you go in, you'll see that. Sorry guys, a lot of briefing today, but the briefing is probably the most serious part of this transmission. I can't send you down unawares. Give me a second to make sure there's nothing else that wants to come out from this, okay? Can't believe we're comboing tarot and SR at this time. This is it for you guys. You won't ever have to come down here again. This is the last struggle in your life, the last obstacle you will ever have to face. This is it for you now. Yeah, after this we celebrate, we turn up, we get drunk, we get waved, we get that coin, we get that bag up, we get that new house. Yeah, that evac. Yeah, I hear you when you call on that evac. If you need to come out sooner, I would rather you pull your way back to where you came from. I don't want you just to wake up and run out of the realm. I would rather you come back to the steps and pull on the thread outwards and see me at the top. I will be represented in my avatar as a grey alien. You will see me there. I would rather you perceive me as that and pull on the thread and I help you out. If you leave the transmission before time is up, I can't guarantee that you've gone through the full cycle of healing and that psychological transformation that you need. This ain't a joke, guys. I'm going to be deadly serious. I want to keep talking down in lingo to make you feel safe. I don't want you to feel safe anymore. Because it is scary. And it is real. We're going into your psyche here. We're going into your spirituality. We're going into your soul. Your chakras are locked in. We have offered ourselves to the gods already. We are on a god thread. We are aligned to source. But there's something that's been blocking you. There's something that's been waging a war in your head, in your mind, in your life, in your upbringing, in your lineage. You're not just doing this for me. You're not just doing this for you. You're doing this for your ancestral line. You're the one breaking the curses that no one else could break. You're the one creating generational wealth for futures and futures and futures of your lineage. You've been waiting for years to get this done. Today, we close the coffin on this shit. Get your armor up. Get your armor on. We're going in. Okay. Close your eyes. Give yourself a couple neck rolls. Sit in the most comfortable position for you. Stand up. Close your eyes. When we go here, do what you want. I'm not in control. I'm giving you absolute freedom. If you want to stand up as if you're actually in VR, moving around the space, walking and engaging, do that. Yeah? Know your environment and be aware of your external self moving spiritually in the internal reality that you've manifested, that is a part of your inner compass. So now, we have just arrived. I've surveilled the area. They do not know we're here. We are surrounded by rocks. It's dark. It's night. It's always night here. There is no day here. There are no stars here. There is a lot of hailing. Coyotes and wolves, and I'm sure someone's watching, but I can't see where they are. But it's an animal, not a demon. But we don't want to stay out here too long, because if we do, they would ravish our bones before we even made it into the lair. Everyone's got comms, everyone's got weapons, everyone's got their own artillery. You are now on a thread. The thread is golden. It is more than enough string to take you across the dimension. If you get anxious and overwhelmed whilst in this vibration, hit the string button and you will see the string of light, and it will remind you you are always tethered to the Most High. It will show you the route out as well if you need to come out in reverse, because you may bump into energies and entities of the worst kind and be overwhelmed in the now moment. This is an over 18s transmission. PG is not here and available. There is no PG version. Alright, let's be serious. In front of us, there is an opening, a tomb. All you see is redness, dark redness. There are 10 steps that lead you down into the devil's lair. Telling you I haven't been here in a while. I don't know what you're going to see when you go down there. But you have 10 steps. And the fact that you are a child of God and you know it, you are always 10 steps ahead. Armor up now. I'm going to count down. And it's all on you. You've got 10 minutes on the clock from the moment you hit the ground, and then I'm pulling you out after 10. Let's go. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. Do not back out. Do not reverse. You are strong enough. You are a child of God. 6. Do not be swayed by the noises that you hear. You will continue forward. This is it for you. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1.